Hey, this is Toby with iWatch. The first thing I want to do is show you guys how to put your system in test. If you hit the More tab at the bottom right, and then you'll see Monitoring Settings, you can hit System Test Mode at the bottom. And then you can set the duration. 1 hour is perfectly fine, but you can do 8, 16, or 24. This is mainly for the smoke detectors or CO detectors to prevent any accidental alarms from going out. Now we're going to be taking a look at our Qolsys sensors, and we're going to be starting with our door sensor. This is our Qolsys Door sensor. It's also used for the windows as well. We're going to show you how to change the batteries inside of this. At the very bottom, you can see there's a little tab, and you'll grab a small flathead screwdriver. You're able to press that tab in, and then the whole cover will come off, and that back piece will actually stay on the door itself. Once you get that little cover off, you'll be able to see there's two batteries inside. They are CR2032s. There's two of them, so you can slide those out. Make sure to slide them the opposite way of this little switch that's at the bottom. You can slide those out and grab your new batteries and put them back in the exact same way as those batteries were. Then you're able to go back to the door, grab your cover, slide that back on top, and snap in the bottom, and that'll be it. Now we're going to be moving on to our glass break. Here we have our Qolsys glass break that's going to be commonly found on a wall in a corner above a door with a bunch of glass or windows. You can see that there's a screw at the very top. This is sometimes put in there, and you can remove it with a small Phillips head screwdriver. The size is P0. You can take that out. Once you get that out of the way, we're going to locate this little tab that's at the very top of the glass break. You're just going to press that in, and then the whole front of the cover will pop down. Inside you have two CR123 batteries, and you can remove those. You can see that it's labeled which way to put the positive and negative. When you put the new batteries back in, you just slide those in, and then you're able to close it all back up. Now we're going to move on over to our motion detector. Here we have our Qolsys motion detector, commonly found in a corner, but sometimes over the top of a door, flat on the wall. At the very bottom, you can see there is a tab here that you'll just press in, and then you'll pull up the bottom. Then the top kind of slides down, and then we're able to look at the back here, and we can see that there's two AAAs in there. I usually use a little flathead screwdriver to get underneath that battery and pop that out. And you can also do that with the other one as well. And you'll actually see there is a plus and minus there. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but you'll be able to orientate the batteries back in, slide those in, and then you just make sure that you have to do it in reverse. So you put the top on first, slide that top in, and then click the bottom in, and that's it. Next, we're going to be moving on to our Qolsys smoke detector. Here we have our Qolsys smoke detector, commonly found next to your home smokes or in a hallway somewhere. You're going to go to it and you'll rotate it off its base, and then you can see there are three AAAs. Take a flathead screwdriver and pry up that positive side, and then once it kind of pops out, you'll be able to take the whole thing out. Notate that it does tell you the direction of the batteries, and you'll put the negative side in first, kind of slide it in there, and then snap it down. Then when you go back to the base, there's a line on the smoke detector itself, and there's a line on the base plate. And you line those up just a little past each other until it sits in there nice, and then you rotate it all the way till it snaps when the lines actually line up together. Now we'll be moving on to our Qolsys CO detector. Here's our Qolsys CO detector, or carbon monoxide detector. It's going to be found kind of next to your smoke detector that we install, or in a hallway somewhere. You're going to grab a flathead screwdriver, and you're going to pry up that positive side of that battery, and then you're going to be able to kind of pop out the whole thing. This battery is a CR123, and you can see that there is an orientation for the battery labeled there, and you'll snap the new one in. And then you got to notate where there is a small hole on the front of the actual CO detector. And then there is a little line on the base itself. So when you go to put it back up, you'll just askew it a little bit from that line. It will seat nice. and then you'll be able to rotate the whole thing and snap it until that hole and line match up.